Hi everybody, Aimee White with Worthy Written Words, and today we're going to be in our wide margin Book of Mormon, and we're going to be in Mosiah chapter 24, focusing on verses 14 and 15. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to prep this page with 2 coats of clear gesso. So we apply 1 coat and we let that fully dry, and then we apply a second coat. And the reason that this page needs 2 coats is because we're going to be wiping up some of the media we put down, and if we don't have 2 coats on it, then it's going to also lift the words up off the page. So we don't want that to happen. So if you need a scrap paper behind, you can do that as I did the second time around. And once this is fully dry, then we'll head on to the next part. Next, using some junk washi tape, meaning washi tape that you don't plan to leave there and will eventually throw out, we're going to cover up verse 14. You could also cover up verse 15 if you want, but in this layout, I only did verse 14. And this is to prevent any of the gelatos that we're going to put on from getting over these words. So it's going to leave it white underneath, and it'll really help the verse to pop off the page at the end of this process. So we're going to do a clean box around this using scissors, and then when it's all done, we're going to pull out our 3 colored gelatos. Now this is going to be like drawing with lipstick. We're going to start with the mango, and we're going to cover the top half of the page. That's right, the whole half. And you just do it very basic. You can see I'm not coloring the whole thing in because after we have it on there, we're going to use our finger and just smudge this all over this area of the page. And having the 2 layers of gesso will really help make this easier to smooth around. When you get to the edge of the words with this, you're going to feather it with your finger to make it so that it will blend with the next color that we're putting on. Also, you can reapply if you don't have enough. If it's not dark enough, you can do more during the process. It doesn't have to be all at once, and it won't make it look weird if you apply some over what you've already done. It will all blend together seamlessly. Now we're going to take the bottom half and cut it into 2 even sections. The first one we're going to use a metallic orange, and then the last section we're going to do the blue snow cone. And we're going to blend these together just like we did with the mango. And if you want to, in between the 2 colors, I wipe my fingers off with a baby wipe to just clean it so that they don't blend and turn into a purple color. We want to keep the colors what they are and not blend them together. So feel free to periodically clean your finger to keep that color consistent. Now we're going to take this stencil and we're going to take the baby wipe, wrap it around 1 finger, and ball the excess into our fist. And we're going to go over the stencil, lifting up the color that we just put down. It's really important we don't have the baby wipe hanging out because it will pick up the gelatos where you don't want it to off the side of the page, and it'll just make more of a mess. So keep everything bundled up in your fist except for what's on your finger. And as I'm going over the stencil, I'm not doing the half triangles. I'm only doing the ones that are fully cut out. And then when I get to the top of this, I'm going to lift the stencil up and put it back down so that I can continue this all the way up the top of my page. Now I'm going to remove the junk washi tape and just throw that out in the garbage. And then using a glazed black Sakura pen, I'm going to outline this verse. You could really use any pen that you want. It doesn't have to be the one that I'm using. Now I'm using a black Sharpie, and on some scrap paper, I am going to be outlining these feathers. And this is just to help them kind of pop off the page more so you see them and they don't blend in so much with the background. It doesn't have to be a black Sharpie either. Any black marker will work with this. Next, we're going to use the gold Stickles that came in your kit, and we are going to apply this to the bottom tips of each feather, and this is going to make it look like they were dipped in gold, and we're going to let those dry. Now I'm playing around with these title stickers in the footnotes, and I put them in a straight line, but they're not going to end up here. So you can just watch this next part and not copy it unless you want it to look like this. So luckily these are repositionable if you do so within the first maybe 30 minutes or so of putting them down. After that, then if you try and remove them, they will peel and rip. So for now, I'm playing around and I'm going to put my feathers down and figure out how I want them to hang, and I'm going to adjust these stickers at the bottom. So the next thing I do is I'm going to be adding twine strings to the back of each feather. And I'm attaching the twine with some double-sided sticky tape you could use. These are called like photo splits or craft tape or whatever you have on hand. You could even use the 3D foam squares that are in your kit if it fits on like this feather where it's a big feather and there's room for it. These are going to be attached to the page using the 3D foam squares, and I'm going to cut them up to put on the feathers that are skinny. And here you can see is where I start to adjust the stickers from the footnotes. When you're placing these feathers on, I'm trying to do it so that the colors are not the same. So I'm not putting the orange feather with the orange gelato background or the pink one with the pink background. So you can see I vary those. Now using the ribbon and a gold paper clip, what we're going to do is we're going to fold the ribbon in half, place the double overside through the paper clip, and then reach through and pull the ribbon through the hole that that creates and pull that really tight. And this needs to be at the top of the paper clip so that the two smiley faces are on the bottom of the paper clip. Then we're going to fold these over on top of each other and fold them in half. And then we're going to cut from the folded side up towards the end piece at an angle. And this is going to create a ribbon effect look. And if it starts to fray on you, you can use either fray stop or a hot glue gun to hold those in place. And then this is ready to be placed at the top of our page. And then we're done. I hope you guys like this kit. We'll see you guys on the next one. Be sure to subscribe so that you get the latest information on all the videos that we release. Bye.